Hey guys, Pat1979 here. Gonna do some testing on the Golabs R300. So this is the testing with the limited amount of tools that I have right now. I have some other things coming in the future for testing the capacity via the 12 volt port. So I got a adjustable variable voltage tester that's gonna be on the way, and I also have an AC inverter, power plug energy monitor that's on the way. So this is gonna be the Kilowatt P3, the latest version. So hopefully I can run a couple of tests with these tools, and hopefully it'll be good enough. So to give you guys an idea if you should buy this or not. Guys, full disclosure before I start doing these tests, I am not an expert in electrical engineering or anything else. I know I have a little bit of knowledge in what I'm doing, but I'm not an expert. So now that that's out of the way, so I'm gonna do some testing. I'm just gonna start by plugging in the 12 volt port my ISDT, LiPo battery charger. So let me turn on the unit. Click. Let me turn DC on. I am gonna plug this puppy in. Click, and it is running. So right now you guys can see it is connected. So let me connect my LiPo real quick. Click, so connect, and connect with the balance port right here. Click. Now we can see the voltage. So what I'm gonna do is, guys, I am gonna show you guys, I'm gonna run a charge on this at 5 amp. So 3S LiPo at 5 amp. So let me charge this. And this is going up. So let's see the wattage. So I'm just gonna zoom in real quick, guys. Click, so you guys can see this thing is at 68 watts. So 68 watts. So I'm charging on 1C charge rate. So I'm guessing, yeah, guys, you guys won't be able to go maybe 2C, 3C. But right now, look, it's at 67 watts. You got 5 hours remaining. So it's jumping a little bit. So when it's readjusting, and I'm kind of holding the batteries also. So I'm just going to place that down so you guys can see there. So you guys can see the wattage right there, and the wattage right there. So we are at 4.9 amps, and we are 61 milliamp hours and 67 watts. So yeah, guys, not bad. So it's able to handle a 1C charge on something like this big, like a 5000 milliamp hour battery. So you can recharge your batteries from your LiPos on this, no problem. How many charge can you get on a 5000 milliamp hour? Well, that depends. I'm guessing you can charge 3, maybe 4 batteries like that, and it wouldn't be so bad. So let me turn the light back on. So right now, guys, now that we've seen that, so I am gonna stop this. So it's charging no problem on the cigarette plug adapter. So I'm just gonna unplug this real quick, guys. Click. I'm gonna unplug this, and now we are gonna run some testing with the using my trusty little multimeter right here. So click. Let me take that off. Let me put this at an angle so you guys can see. I am gonna go to DC. I'm gonna go to 20 volts. Now that the DC port is connected, so let me get my little adapter right here, because in the past I've done some little testing on the barrel connector, just going like that, and it shorted out, so, and it gave me an error message. So I am not going to do that again. I'm going to use the adapter from now on. So all right, guys, so let me just place my stuff in there, and let's see if we can't get a reading. Nope. All right, now I'm plugged in, and we are at 13.19. So guys, this is telling me that it's regulated. So let me get out of the way so you guys can see a little bit better, and I'm gonna readjust that. And I'm gonna zoom in a tad bit, like so. So let me get in there, and like so. So 13.1, 13.20 volts. So this is telling me that this port is regulated. So you have a regulated. So if you're running appliances, guys, 12 volt appliances, this is gonna work great. Now for the fun part. So let me plug in to the first barrel connector right here with the adapter. So that way I don't make a spark show. So let me place that one right there on this side. So I'm trying to do this one-handed, guys, so bear with me. And 13.20, guys. So this thing is regulated. So these barrel connectors are also regulated. So if you're running machines, CPAP or other devices, guys, you're not gonna have any problems. So this is the first port. Whoops. And my multimeter is out of the way. And let's put it back in here. Click. So now let me go to the bottom barrel. So like so. And let's place it back. I'm gonna leave those bloopers in, guys. And let me just align this so I'm getting good contact. And let me place that and click. Whoops. All right, 13.20, guys. So on the second plug there, 13.21. Yeah, guys, this thing is regulated. So you have regulated 12 volt cigarette plugs, and the two barrel connectors are also regulated. So guys, this tells me that this system is going to be pretty good. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch, and I'm going to unplug this puppy right here. Click. And I'm going to do this and turn on the AC inverter. So this, and I'm going to plug myself a little multi-plug. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I am going to put one of the things here, So now, whoops, I'm not at the right voltage. All right, so that's better. All right, so right now we are at, let me try to place that so it doesn't move. So I'm gonna have to use something else. Take those wires out of the way. So, all right, guys. So hopefully you guys can see the wattage, the hours remaining, and the voltage. So the voltage on the lower socket is 114 volts. Now what I'm gonna do is, guys, I am gonna plug in a hair dryer on the fan only settings, which should be around 120 watts. 170 watts. So guys, this is 1 watt right now because there's a little light on there, so it's using a little bit of juice, or the multimeter. So, but you guys could see the voltage and watch the voltage when I plug it in. This is going to give us an idea of the pure sine wave inverter. So I am just going to place that here. Hopefully it doesn't go flying when I plug it in. So let me plug that in. Let's see the voltage, guys. Let me plug it in. So guys, you guys saw the wattage right there. So this is giving you an idea. This thing is in fact regulated. So from what I'm guessing, so this is pure sine wave, and the voltage is not dropping a lot. So it's dropping a little bit, but it's already 114 volts. So it's dropping to 112, which is perfect because it says that this is 110, and from everything I saw online, this is acceptable, so this is perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna unplug my little prongs there so nothing goes flying anywhere. I'm just gonna unplug this one. Just remember those numbers, guys. So this is for the bottom part. So now I am gonna go to the top. So let me plug in the top. So same thing, I am gonna place my little probe there and the top probe over here. So now we're getting 115 volts. So there's a difference between the two, guys. So these two have a 1 volt difference on the inverter. Would I like to see the same kind of numbers? Of course I would. That would be a little bit better if I saw the two numbers. So you're gonna get a little bit more juice on the top port than the bottom port, depending if it's that's important to you. You have an application where you need it. So again, I'm gonna plug in the hair dryer on the fan setting only. You guys are gonna be able to see this jump, so I'm just gonna put that back there so you guys can see the numbers. So let me plug it in. And plugging back out. So actually the voltage raised up a little bit on this one, so that's kind of strange, but you know, nothing out of the ordinary because you don't see the voltage fluctuating too much on the guys, you don't see the voltage fluctuating too much on this. So let me plug back it again, plug it back in, click. So yeah, guys, so it's producing a little bit of power. So you guys saw how much juice it has. So you can see the number of hours just readjusting depending on the load. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at that point, but right now I am pretty happy with the inverters. I just wish the current would be a little bit different between the two. So I mean, would be similar between the two. So let me just take that little thing out and just measure it straight from the source. So let me put that one in there and this one in there. So 114.2, 0.2.3. Let me go on the top one. 115.7. So there's a little bit of difference, guys, on these two parts there. So but hopefully this is gonna give you guys an idea on the inverter and the power supply itself. So hopefully you guys find this interesting. All right, we are gonna test out some USB ports on the Golabs R300. So I have my little USB tester here, so I can do USB, USB-C and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna use my iPhone X for the power delivery and also for the other one. So this thing is in the red, so it's below 20%, it's at 20%. So this thing should charge rather quick. So let me go first, let me turn on the USB. Turning on the USB. So I'm gonna go with the Quick Charge 3.0, so the top part of the Quick Charge 3.0. So let me plug in my iPhone right there, so plug that in. So we are gonna plug this in right now, so let me plug that in. This is in the USB 30 watts port. So I'm just gonna go here and zoom in so you guys can see the numbers. So right now we're charging at 9.11 volts at 1.35 amps. So this is quick charging, guys. So this is power delivery. So I'm just gonna leave it there for a little bit, just so you guys can see how much juice is pumped in there. So you guys can do the calculation if you want to see how many watts it's outputting right now. So for those of you out there who knows how to do that, but just as a quick comparison, guys, so this is the 30 watts delivery port. So it won't matter whether it's 30 watts or 60 watts because the iPhone is choosing what speed it wants. So as you guys can see there on the watts here, so this thing is outputting 12 watts. So it says on the Golabs, so it's outputting 12 watts, and it is at 1.20 amps. So this is pumping a lot of juice in there. So this is power drive. So you guys can see there 22%. So we went from 20 to 22% pretty quickly. So let me zoom back out. All right, guys. So as a reference, I'm just gonna unplug this real quick. And as a reference, I have a RAV power over here. So this is a RAV power. This is a 35 watts, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna, yep, 35 watts, 3-port QC 3.0, QC power delivery. So quick charge power delivery USB-C. So I'm gonna place that. I'm just gonna plug it in here so you guys can see. You guys can see the phone also. So I'm just gonna plug that in, and just as a control, we are gonna see how much juice this thing is outputting. So let it ramp up and select quick charge. So yeah, guys, the power delivery is accurate. Maybe a little bit less. No, it's settling down back to approximately the same. So this is the RAV power. So this is power delivery USB-C port. So you guys can see how much current it is outputting right now through the iPhone. So it is charging right now. So this thing is at 22% still. I just plugged it in. So guys, as a control, so let me get this more into frame, guys. So as a control, you see that the USB port is outputting the same, approximately the same amount, maybe a little bit more on this one, but it's approximately the same amount, guys. So let me unplug this. So this was the control. So you guys saw the 30. So now let's plug it in the, hopefully you guys see there. So let's plug it in the 60 watt port. Is going to be the exact same, but we want to see the voltage to see if it's outputting approximately the same, guys. So let me zoom in there. So let it ramp up a little bit. So it's a little bit less on the 60 watt power delivery port. So a little bit weird. So it's outputting a little bit less. But it's still quick charging, guys. So this is still a quick charge, and it's gonna get my phone back up to faster charging. So yeah, almost 9 volts at 1.2 amp hours. So let me put it, plug it back in the 30 watts port. So click, and let's go to the 30 watt power delivery here. So come on, get in there. There you go. All right, so you guys see this is charging, the phone lighted up. So yeah, guys, there's a little bit of difference between the two ports, so which is kind of interesting. So charges a little bit faster on the 30 watts than the 60 watts power delivery port. So kind of interesting to note. They're both gonna quick charge, and they're both gonna get your phone pretty fast. But just some differences to note there, guys. Just a couple of things to note, to notice there. So all right, I am gonna back up, switch that. Now let's do the other ports right here. All right, guys, just went to get my other cable. So right now I'm gonna be using the QC 3.0 port, and it is charging. So let's see how much juice the QC 3.0 port is outputting. So this is the bottom port. So almost 5 volts at a 0.71 amp hours. So you guys can see there how much current it's pushing through. So it is charging pretty quickly. So this is for my iPhone again. So now let me unplug this and let me switch it up to the upper port. So again, the current is going to be 4.8786 at 0.80 amp hour, let's say. So it's fluctuating a little bit between the two. So all right, let's switch it to the other one here. Click, it is plugged in. This is charging for my iPhone. So let's see the current. 4.81 volts at 0.73 amps. So a little bit of difference, guys, a tiny bit of difference between the two ports, which is something to notice. So guys, I'm just gonna use my RAV power as a control. So, whoops, this isn't plugged in all the way. All right, so now it should be plugged in. All right, so a little bit of fumbling there. So 4.88 volts at 0.8 amps. Yeah, 0.79, 0.8. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good there. So we get a good idea on the ports, the two ports. So this is the QC 3.0 ports, how much juice it's pumping out. So let me just use this as a control. So I am gonna plug in into my smart output here, so I don't remember how much juice this thing pumps out. So you guys probably can read there how much juice this is gonna pump out. So for the power delivery smart, so 2.4 amps max, or yeah, 5 volt, 3 amps, 15 watts. So yeah, guys, this is how much this is gonna pump out. So let me put it in one of these ports just to show you guys the stats, how we are to compare to the one on the Golabs. So it's pumping out a little bit more juice, guys, on the it's pumping out a little bit more juice on the RAV power than the Golabs. But you know what, it's still going to charge your phone pretty quickly on the Golabs. So I wish the voltage was closer to 5 volts and, you know, the amperage was a little bit closer to 1 amp. This is on my iPhone right now, so it doesn't have power delivery, but you guys can see the voltage there. So it's usually stabilizing around you know, around 5 volts. So this is just going to be a 10-minute video for just the USB testing. Interesting. All right. Alright guys, so you guys have a good idea on the USB port on the Golabs. So now I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna do some other testing for different ports on the Golabs right now. So alright guys, so we are back after the Bluetooth footage, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So if you did, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Guys, this is the numbers you can see. So we have regulated 12 volt barrel connectors and cigarette lighter plug regulated. We have power delivery on the two USB-C port. We have quick charge 3.0 on this, although we didn't see the quick charge exactly on this. There's a little bit less current then it's a little bit less than 5 volts. So on that note, but it's still charging a phone fine, guys. It's still working perfect. And you guys saw the inverter, so the test on the inverter while plugging in something and just seeing the number fluctuate a little bit, but nothing too alarming. So, and you guys could see the voltage afterward, just it's stable, it's running perfect, there's no issue. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a thumbs up is always appreciated, guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.